All right, how's it going, everybody? How was your week? Today's going to be an interesting one. Today we're going to be talking about drums. And the reason that I wanted to make a whole video about this is because changing my philosophy with drums was one of the biggest factors to my success with my type beat channel. I run a Gunna type beat channel. If you don't know, I'm up to over 500,000 views now and 2.5k subscribers. I think there is a little bit of validity in what I have to say today. Now, we all know that drums are the backbone of any good track, especially in rap as well. But I think we need to focus more on our approach when making drums, because I've been there myself, and like I said, I think it's what held my channel back the most. Now, don't get me wrong, there isn't one true way to make good drums, and I'm not trying to convey that idea either. I just want to highlight the importance of your philosophy when creating drums. So don't be a stranger. Take your fist and ball it up full of rage and smash the life out of that like button. And while you're already at it, you might as well move your thumb just a couple inches to hit the subscribe button as well. If you are interested in networking in a community of producers, you can join my Discord down below. Now, real quick, just as it's important to use drums to complement your vibe, it is also equally as important to create a vibe for your brand image. And I think there was no better way for me to do this without the website template that Heat recently put out. Now, I did pay for this all with my own money, so I did not get it for free. But if you take a look here at the website, I mean, compared to the BeatStars Pro page, it just looks so clean. I'm able to put all my branding in there, customize the colors of the buttons and everything, have these bulk deals highlighted, which is not an option on the BeatStars Pro page. You can still have a lead magnet in here, and you can have these scrolling testimonials, which are awesome. Now, with this one, there is a page that goes in and explains all of the licenses for the artist, which I think creates a lot more transparency and trust with the customers. And there's also an entire blog page with pre-written posts that are all tailored for the artist that is shopping on your beat store. And they are in-depth. They explain a lot of questions that artists may have. So yeah, like I said, 1000% worth it. If you're interested in taking that leap and taking your brand to the next level, I will leave my affiliate link down below for you, because it does help me out. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So I've got a loop loaded up here that is going to help out a lot with this video topic. So right there, when you're just listening to the melody, you can already get some ideas from that and inspiration for how you are going to create a bounce for your drums. Now, we're going to get into some of the important stuff. That is to leave as much space for the artist as possible while creating a beat that is very versatile for the artist. So the first thing that I'm actually going to lay down is the hi-hats, because we can build a very nice bounce using these first. So I'm just gonna load up these fill each 2 steps here. Go in here, and since I already have an idea for the bounce, I'm just gonna change the velocity of every other note here and see how that sounds, and duplicate it out. Now, that's just an example of a nice, simple way to spice up the hi-hats a little bit. Keeping that 2-step pattern is definitely going to be attractive for the artist. I know it can be kind of boring, but like I said, you want to be able to play this beat and think of multiple flows that can go on it. So I will add maybe a few hi-hat rolls here and there once we get the kick and the snare laid down. So we will get back to that, but first let's go ahead and add a snare. So I like that snare because it's a nice tight snare that doesn't take up too much space, but also it also fits that bounce very nicely. So make sure that we have that soft clipper turned on, because who doesn't? Next, we'll go ahead and add in the kicks here. Now this is where a lot of people mess up. I know when you find a kick that just punches really hard, you definitely have the tendency to go crazy with it, but we need to leave space in there because that space is what creates the bounce for the drums. So let's try something here. And something we can do here is decrease the velocity of the snare here. Let's try this. Oh yeah. Alright, so here's the full kick pattern that we've added in there. Add one more kick there. The thing I like about this is in the first half of the pattern, the kicks are very simple. And then as we move throughout the pattern, we add a few more kicks in there just to increase the bounce. Then it goes back to the more simple kicks. So next thing we'll do is probably see if we can add some hi-hat rolls here and there. Let's see. This is one of my go-tos right here. Make the velocity kind of low and add a second one here. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that's perfect. Last thing that we can add here is maybe an open hat. With how fast this drum beat is, I don't really want to add any perks in there. I always like to make my open hats quiet. I'm not a huge fan of having super loud open hats. This is something that I do. But, I mean, this is pretty much a good drum beat here. I don't think I'm going to add any 808s in here because I like this bass. And sometimes it's not necessary. The kick adds enough to that beat for you to not have to need an 808 in there. So now it's just a matter of manipulating the melody a little bit and, you know, taking out the kick here and there or making pauses in the drums. Don't do anything too crazy. Don't do like a beat switch unless it's like at the very end of the song. But even then, I really wouldn't recommend doing beat switches, depending on what artist you're going for. But yeah, that's the entire drum loop. I mean, it may not be that impressive to us producers, but with the amount of versatility that it's going to allow for the artist, there's going to be multiple people that are going to be interested in that beat because of that. And this is backed by evidence based on the videos of mine that I have blown up. So when I have a video blow up, I usually take that beat and I say, okay, what did I do correct in this beat and what can I replicate without making it too repetitive? So yeah, that's my whole philosophy for creating drums. Probably was a pretty short video, but it's something very important that not a lot of us realize, is that we really need to let up on the gas pedal a bit, and we don't want our drums to take up too much of the mix or not leave enough space for an artist. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was some insightful information. If you hated it and you despise me and everything I said was wrong, leave a comment down below threatening my family and, you know, whatever you got to do. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.